Welcome to the Christian parent investing journey as we develop talents for purposes in life. First of all, please excuse me for such attention-seeking and cliché subtitle of reaching the first million through 10x investing. In this episode, I will cover why some investors can 10x their money during the bull market run which started just a few months into the COVID-19 pandemic. More importantly, I will use a few scenarios to illustrate why it is not enough even if we knew which are those 10x stocks. Many may recall the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This summary illustrates the 13 steps to consciously develop new thinking and behaviors, or even reprogram one's beliefs, in order to grow rich. I do believe the way we think helps to shape our actions, and that a growth mindset can help us unlock some of our potential. Having said that, the key is about thinking big. It's not because we are greedy, but it is a practice to challenge our own thinking as well as our faith in God and His grace. As per Ephesians 3:20-21, God can do anything. You know far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. He does it not by pushing us around but by working within us, His Spirit deeply and gently within us. It is about having faith in God's grace that He will bless me abundantly beyond my wildest dreams, if our work glorifies Him and that I share graciously with others. As per 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 8 New Living Translation. And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. In practice, many believe that their investment portfolio will only generate average returns, at best beating inflation by a few percent. For a 5% average yearly return, it will take 15 years to double initial investment. More importantly, it takes 26% average return to 10x an investment in 10 years. That's why, if we don't think big, we will not push ourselves to look for new concepts like compounding interest, which Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world, as well as new frameworks like law of diffusion of innovation, which Simon Sinek and many innovators reference to. Given the advancement of technology, we can use new tools like TradingView. All these are part of my investment toolbox, which I can discuss further in future episodes. So, in order to think big, have faith, and develop the necessary toolbox to drive your end purpose in mind. Next, we will need to prepare mentally for it. Let's walk through a recent 10x rally, with scenarios along the way depending on our decisions which could well reflect our mental status. This company is quite a hot topic among the investment community in 2020. Yes, Tesla Motor and its CEO Elon Musk are both catching a lot more attention, especially since late 2019. It's partly because Tesla had a few breaking news, from the launch of its distinctive-looking Cybertruck to the first fully owned Gigafactory in China, and being included into the S&P 500, which then turned Elon Musk into the richest man at one point. Assuming you are one of those who love keeping up with the latest auto news and get excited about Tesla's new Cybertruck, you researched a little about Tesla, knowing that it is still making a loss, but a few good things coming its way. So, you decided to put some money into Tesla at $70 a share. The question is how much of your portfolio to invest? 1%, 10%, 30%. To make our illustration simple, let's keep 1% and 10% as Scenario 1 and Scenario 2 respectively. As you started to keep an eye on Tesla news, you realized its China production pushing the stock price up, and it's now at $95 or a 35% gain within 2 months. That's good profit by any measure. The question now is, will you take profit or double down after 35% gain? Assume that you are comfortable holding 10% of your portfolio in Tesla. However, it makes sense to take profit as its share price is at an all-time high at $95. So you check the historical range and believe that this run can reach a similar 82% gain. So in Scenario 3, you will double down at $95. Your 20% in Tesla reached $127 on January 30th, which is 82% gain from initial $70. The market is apparently hot. All the news is exciting and pushing Tesla higher than ever. The question now is again, take profit, hold or buy more. If you are rational and keep to your plan, you will sell, or at least sell, say, half of your 20%. However, given the more you research, the more you believe Tesla has a huge unrealized potential. In Scenario 4, you hold all your 20% of average cost at $80.60 a share, with 57% gain based on average cost, as you want to hold your 20% to reach 82% gain, which is roughly $150. Lucky you. The smart you didn't have to wait long. In just a few days, Tesla broke through $150. Now, achieved over 80% gain of total 20% invested. The question is, take profit, hold further, or buy more. You have been learning the beauty as a true long-term investor who believes in their portfolio and to hold stock as owning part of a great business. It is like you are a business partner of Elon Musk. So, in scenario 5, given that you have a buffer of over 80% gain, you decided to allocate another 10% capital into Tesla and it for the long run. With 30% invested, your gain is diluted to 57%, yet still a decent buffer. Unexpectedly, about 2 weeks later, a black swan, though not exactly, according to its author Nassim Nicholas Taleb, arrived on the 11th of March 2021 as the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic. Funny enough, after watching Tesla peaked at around $190 and fall to the magical $127 on the 11th of March, you are faced with the same question again. Still with 33% gain on your 30% of capital in Tesla, would you take profit despite having decided to be a long-term investor of Tesla? Not sure if you are feeling what I'm feeling. Investing through these 5 scenarios may seem like a tough job, and you may feel like gambling instead of investing. That is precisely the emotional journey this scenario exercise is trying to illustrate. To begin with an end in mind, instead of the above questions, the very first question should in fact be, what is the goal of this investment? Hang on. Immediately you may have another million questions, as we have many different angles to define a goal. To narrow it down, what I am really asking should be, is this a potential 10x investment? If so, what are my rationales and execution plan? Instead of constantly checking the latest stock price or setting stop-loss or profit-taking thresholds. In a previous video I highlighted my honest and personalized approach to investing. Part of being honest is to be honest about the time we can spend on investing as well as the skills and investment know-how we have as an average guy. The core of my approach is to be realistic of our limitations as an average guy while focusing on beating the street. As discussed in Peter Lynch's book, I will cover more of the how in future episodes. Yet for now, it is important to reiterate the point about having an end in mind. Having a 10x investment is certainly great. However, if we aren't even thinking 10x when we begin, we would be feeling hopeful and gambling away instead of investing. It is human nature to get excited or curious when hearing about others' 10x investment stories, or simply focus on getting the stock symbols from those stories. Instead, I will be curious to know how people 10x their investment and what they see in those 10x companies, so I can start my research process accordingly. As this episode is getting longer than expected, and that we have only gone through the first 5 questions to set the scene of this scenario exercise, let's continue and hopefully conclude in a part 2 episode. For a quick recap, I shared a key concept of my investment journey is to begin with an end in mind, as I aim to not only beat the street as an average guy, but to fulfill God's plan and purpose for my life. I need to think big and be open to God's blessing beyond my wildest dreams. In practice, I will focus on identifying 10x opportunities as my core portfolio. By doing so, I can avoid feeling anxious from checking stock prices regularly or stressing out about when to take profit whenever the investment reaches a new high or a new low. May we pray for wisdom along our investment journey. If you find this useful, please think of someone to share this with. Hope that this channel can be a blessing to them, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a joyful day.